creepy, crawly facts about spiders. It's raining spiders. We doubt anyone is opting to get absolutely soaking wet when it's raining spiders, but this myth is a horrifying reality. Just a few years ago, a town in Australia experienced this nightmare in real life. Millions of spiders started falling from the sky in what seemed like a spider rain. And if you weren't arachnophobic yet, when you're caught in an arachnid downpour, you certainly will be. Apparently, this horrifying phenomenon has a perfectly scientific explanation. The explanation involves spiders seasonally climbing to a high point and releasing silk that whips them away on the wind, and they start to fly. It's known as ballooning, although if taken to vote, I think we would all opt to call it something less endearing and something more along the lines of a nightmare. Blue-blooded. Spiders aren't royals, but they boast blue blood for sure. It's no rumor, their blood is blue due to the copper-rich hemocyanin it contains, instead of iron-rich hemoglobin like human blood. The spider has an open circulatory system, a kind of free-for-all between all the interstitial fluids in the body. So when oxygen attaches to the hemocyanin protein, it turns a pale bluish-green color, giving the spider its blue blood appearance.
If you're enjoying the list so far, why not hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Turn on notifications too, so you never miss an upload.
Consumers of creepy crawlies. A small victory for those viewers who aren't enjoying all the creepy spider talk is that at least spiders curb the population of the other creepy crawlies on the planet. In fact, a scientific study in 2017 estimates that there are 131 spiders per average square meter of land on Earth, and that the global population of spiders eats a collective total of 400 to 800 million tons of food a year. And that food consists of a lot of insects and small invertebrates. To put it into perspective, the global population of whales eats an estimated 500 million tons annually. So spiders are really putting it away for their relatively tiny body size. We're not quite Viva Arachnid yet, but it is a small step for spiders and a giant leap for mankind to not be 800 million tons deep in insects every year. Spider diagram. Mystery surrounds why the St. Andrew's cross spider adds some extra flair to its web by adding a special pattern when weaving. The embellishment is called a stabilimenta because it was originally thought to add stability, but subsequently that theory was discarded. It seems that some orb-weaving spiders do add these patterns to their webs, but the theories about why are as vast as the patterns that are woven. Some scientists believe that the decorations reflect ultraviolet light to attract prey, and still others think it might help regulate body temperature. Or perhaps it's just showmanship and a female's way to attract a mate to her homestead. Eight-legged locomotion. Spiders give a new meaning to pumping iron because the spider doesn't flex and extend their muscles like we would. Their muscles can only control their legs, retracting them inwards. The outward extension uses a whole other system. Spiders pump a liquid into their legs to help them push them out again, kind of like a pressurized piston. They basically use hydrostatic pressure from their blood to extend their legs, and then muscles to flex them in again. When you see a dead spider, you'll notice its legs are always curled inwards because it doesn't have the body fluid pressure to extend them. Mind over matter. Phobias affect more than 1 in 10 people in the US, and 40% of human phobias are related to bugs, spiders, mice, snakes, and bats. And those most afraid of spiders tend to overestimate their actual size. A study showed that fear emotions play a large role in influencing a person's perception of relative object traits, like size. One thing that must be noted is the studies have also shown that people's fear of spiders is usually linked to direct experiences with arachnids, meaning they are conditioned responses to spiders, and therefore not completely unfounded. Take that. Peruvian triangle weaver spiders can create so much tension between the lines of their web, they can launch themselves forward at speeds of the equivalent of 1,700 miles an hour, firing itself at unsuspecting insects. Its web oscillates so much that it enmeshes the victim and increases the odds of nabbing the prey securely, which reduces the risk of retaliation from potentially dangerous prey. Spider dance. In the Italian region of Taranto originates the tarantella dance, a dance with a complicated connection to spiders. The dance is considered to have started during the 16th and 17th century as a treatment to the bite of a certain king of wolf spider, the tarantella. Victims would begin the frenzied dance in an attempt to counteract the spider's venom. Spider homes. Not all webs are typical webs, the kind that when you walk into it, you're immediately inspired to break out invisible ninja moves. Webs differ vastly from messy, tangled webs of daddy longlegs to funnel webs of large house spiders that can last for several generations. The orb spider family spins webs that are quite fragile, and once pollen or dust stick to their gluey coating on the spiral threads, an insect is caught, or wind and rain damage the structure. The webs are rendered ineffective and are abandoned. This daily rebuild requires the production of 20 meters of silk to be produced to rebuild a web every night. Some spiders are able to recycle the amino acid used to make the silk proteins by ingesting the silk as they dismantle their web. Giant spider. Most people live a better life before they know about the giant huntsman spider, but here we are. From toe to opposite toe, the giant huntsman spider measures 12 inches. That's a leg span the size of an average dinner plate, the longest leg span of any modern spider. The giant huntsman spider was only discovered in 2001 in Laos. However, it doesn't outweigh the previous largest spider, the Goliath bird eater, for its position due to its heftier weight. What a drag. The silk that the spiders use to hang down from their webs, ceilings, or plants is known as dragline silk. This silk is stronger than steel on a weight-for-weight comparison. It's stretchable, allowing it to be flexible when flying insects accidentally get trapped in the webs. The brown recluse spider likes to up his silk game and produces filaments that are even stronger than regular spider silk, as they take extra time to spin tiny loops into each silk strand. Scientists have been particularly interested in how the golden orb weaver manages to hang from his dragline without spinning around like crazy, and they're figuring out how to recreate that feat on a larger scale. Tried and tested. And failed. Hate to break this bad news to you, but pesticides don't work on spiders. You'll be wasting your time and money if you try and kill a spider infestation using pesticides. Research claims that spiders are impervious to pesticides and that spiders will only come back to an area that they've been eliminated from and repopulate. Your best bet is to lay sticky traps out for them and then go about making sure there are no gaps or cracks in your home where they can slip in easily and undetected. Flushed away. Ask anybody what spider they fear the most, and one of the spiders that will repeatedly crop up is the black widow. Not all black widow spiders need to be feared, however. In North America, there are 3 resident species that can be fatal to humans. They inject their victim with neurotoxic venom that can be fatal. Putting that information aside, chances of being bitten by this feisty arachnid are slim. Black widow spiders are far more adept at hiding than biting, and often when they do bite humans, they choose not to release their venom. They would rather save it on prey than waste it on a human. When the 20th century rolled by, the number of black widow bites reduced drastically, and that was thanks to plumbing developments. Outhouses were a hotspot for black widow spiders, but indoor plumbing has alleviated the need for outdoor bathroom facilities. Black widow spiders are not always black with red markings, but are often light or dark brown. Best to seek medical attention anytime you receive an unwanted advance from an 8-legged fan. Eensy weensy spider. Okay, we realize that the type of spider that builds this type of nest might not be eensy or weensy, but it is certainly impressive. Not all spiders build webs, as we mentioned earlier. Many build the most incredible homes, including these spiders who create these strong funnels. They build their webs on a flat surface and then create a tube that leads you into the spider's living abode. The spider can sense the vibrations of when an insect is caught in its web, then heads out of his cozy home, wraps the bug up in its silk, and takes it inside for dinner. Funnel weavers are prevalent throughout the world, and there are 1,200 species of these funnel-building spiders. Some species include grass spiders, barn funnel weavers, and hobo spiders. Have you ever been bitten by a spider? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. 1. Age is but a number. The thing with spiders is that if you're terribly afraid, you can perhaps take a little comfort in knowing they're not going to live forever. Or are they? A trapdoor spider has been recorded reaching the ripe old age of 43. She was known by scientists as number 16, and the small female spider was first spotted in 1974. Her demise wasn't due to age either. She was stung by a wasp in 2018. Wasps really do know how to ruin a good thing, don't they? Prior to number 16, the oldest spider was a Mexican tarantula and managed to live to 28 years.